Hey guys, welcome to the channel, it's Max. Today I'm doing a new video to talk to you about Stellar Lumen, why I'm so bullish on it, and why you should be too. Today we're going to start with a price analysis as to why there has been bullish pattern happening lately and why you should carefully look into it and potentially add it to your portfolio. So let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. Before you want to understand what's been happening with Stellar, it's important to go back to its past. Now, Stellar was introduced back prior to that in early 2017, and what happened is they introduced the coin with around 100 billion coin. And in 2018, when there was the huge increase in all cryptocurrencies, including all-time high of Bitcoin at the time, Stellar Lumens saw a massive price increase to around 0.82 cents. And that all-time high in 2018 at the time was huge. And so what happened is that at the time there was 100 million token available, but the circulating supply, as we can see here, was only 22 billion, sorry. And what happened is that after this huge fall back in 2019, once the crypto first wave was done and went down, what happened is that Stellar's foundation just destroyed half of the supply of its Lumen cryptocurrencies. And they decided that the Stellar Development Foundation has burned 55 billion of its XLM token and over half of the cryptocurrency supply. And so whether you might see this worrying at the beginning, this is overall very good news for the ecosystem of XLM. And one of the many reasons why I'm so bullish on XLM even over XRP, and why I believe that XLM can be performing better in the long term over XRP. Now, XLM's now supply is 50 billion tokens with a circulating supply that remains at 22. But what we can take from this is that the coin now is, as you could say, double in terms of importance, because it doubles the importance of the coin and it makes it more limited. And so now that we understand this high, we can then realize that the highs we are currently experiencing are still very low compared to back in 2018. So once we understand this, we can move back to my recent analysis. Now, what we saw happening with the price is that we saw a very similar pattern. Now, we saw this very bullish momentum, which was followed by some resistance and consolidation, which drove back the price down, followed again in around the 1st of January to the 2nd of January to a massive bull run, followed by some consolidation and resistance on the 10th of January, back down to a new all-time high in 13th of February, which was again followed by some correction. And this is where we are entering the new bull run, because we all know that April is a very good and a very bullish month for cryptocurrencies as a whole. But not only that, Stellar is very promising and has been very promising lately. And the reason why is because of this pattern. Now, I drew it out, like I'm not the best drawer, but what I wanted to show you is that we have a cup and handle formation. Now, that cup and handle formation that we can clearly see here is actually one other very bullish sign for XLM in the future. The reason being for that is because it shows that the bulls have the upper hand. And we are seeing a lot of reaction below these candles if we go. But what's important to see is that we are making higher lows consistently, but we're also making higher highs. And this is another very bullish sign for XLM, because it shows that the bulls have the upper hand and actually shows a buying momentum. And so this is one other bullish sign for you to get into it. But one other thing is, like I talked about, is this cup and handle. This cup and handle actually shows a very bullish momentum that we can expect the coin price to reach a new all-time high. And we are entering a new all-time high thanks to the recent rise in XRP. But I believe that because actually XLM and XRP always compete close to one another, but I believe that XLM's rise hasn't been as up to what I was expecting based on XRP's rise, and I believe that XLM still has a lot to rise. And this is why I'm very bullish because of this cup and handle formation that we're seeing here. But not only that, is that we broke out and came back to rest at the bottom. Now we can see that we had this resistance here, which during roughly between March, between the 1st of March, even prior to that, 27th of February, all the way to the 2nd of April, we were stuck in these resistance based on consolidation, resistance, and after that, we can see that it perfectly aligns because it didn't break past that point. And after that, as soon as we reached the 5th of April, we broke out of this, which is another bullish sign, which allowed this formation of the cup and handle. And so, again, we are making higher lows consistently. We're also making higher highs. And so far, we went up once and twice. And now we can expect it to go back up and see new all-time highs. And this is why I'm bullish, and I believe that we can reach this actually new all-time high coming ahead. And so guys, this I'm not a financial advisor, but based on previous behaviors, we can actually learn from this. And so I want to talk to you about another article which I read, which I thought was quite bullish, is that Stellar Lumen broke above the $0.60 resistance today and rose to a new 52-week high at 0.65. Whenever an asset hits a new 52-week high, it is a sign of strength because it shows that traders are in a hurry to buy as they expect the price to rise further. And like I said, this is a very good sign as the upsloping 20-day EMA and the relative strength index, known as the RSI, is in the overbought territory, which suggests that the bulls have the upper hand, and if the bulls can propel the price above 0.65, then the pair could start the next leg of the uptrend that could reach up to $0.72 and then $0.85. We are not far, guys, from the $1 valuation for Stellar, and I'm very bullish that Stellar can reach $1 even by towards the end of April, even towards the beginning of May if we have to wait a little longer. But I am strongly bullish that we will eventually get there. Now, we can see that, however, the long wick on today's candlesticks is that the bears have other plans, and they are trying to trap the aggressive bulls and pull the price back below $0.60. But again, this is not too worrying when we look that we are making higher lows consistently. When we go closer, we can see that we are making higher lows consistently, and we are also making higher highs. And so another news which was quite interesting is that several Stellar nodes go offline, and team says the network's still functioning, though some transaction fail. That was another good news because several validators on the Stellar network, we'll just load the tweet. Several validators on the Stellar blockchain have been disconnected from the network, which in turn caused transaction issue. But they managed to identify the problems, and this is good news because it shows that the developers are really up to what they're doing, and they're always trying to give in the best customer experience, even though they're experiencing some issues. Now, another bullish sign, which was that the hedge fund giants are going to invest in Bitcoin Trust, JP Morgan CEO on crypto regulation, and more news. And they talk about overall how they're slowly moving towards this acceptance movement towards XLM, but overall cryptocurrencies as a whole. And they talk about potentially investing into how hedge funds are potentially going to invest into crypto funds, and more specifically Bitcoin Trust. And this is good news because it shows that people, including big institutions, are now finally getting into crypto and accepting this movement and stop bashing cryptocurrency, because it's here to stay. And this is overall very good for Lumen also. But also we've talked about the Aecon Stellar powered city to be built in by 2036. Whether this will happen or not, I talked about it in my previous videos, but I believe that it is overall a very bullish sign, because we can expect this to actually whether it will happen or not. This is good press for Stellar Lumen, because we have this network effect of people. I've even seen this article on meme pages. Whether you see this relevant or not, it works as a network effect where people will see it and people will read about it. And so overall, this news does bring in new people to the network and overall will benefit Stellar Lumen, whether it happens or not. So this was a very good news. And I think overall that if April continues on this bullish pattern, we can really expect to reach actually this new all-time high and even past that $1 valuation really soon, especially knowing that crypto performed so well in the month of April. We can expect this bull run to continue. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment your thought below. I read each and every one of the comments below, so I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Just a little reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to give you my opinion at this current standpoint of Stellar Lumen and why I'm so bullish on it. So guys, please, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.